party goes over to the docks, looking for, answers about the 17-year-old boy who went missing at the docks, only to then find a hobgoblin pirate lady getting bugged, discriminated, screaming that she is her own person, she is not part of the clans. Considering the war that's going on with the hobgoblins and goblins, Kerr, on the other hand, he is angry. He doesn't hesitate, holding up his battle axe, attempting to kill her. But Lorelai and Carol hold him back because we don't need this happening right now. As Lorelai and Carol hold Kerr back, Jared approaches the lady, and she assumes that Jared is going to make these claims as well. But Jared just wants to talk to her. This lady is called Cervene. Cervene takes notice of Kerr getting really riled up and looking at her with such anger. And Jared has to convince Kerr that she's not gonna hurt anyone. She's nice. And we managed to convince him, but we hurt his feelings in the process. And he walks away. Kara runs after him, and Lorelai stays with Jared. Things don't look too good for Kara at the moment. But with Cervene, we find out that she sort of knew the kid. He wanted to be a pirate like her, sail across the seven seas. And she told him that it's best to stay away from this life. But it also seems like this kid had the hots for her. But considering she's way out of his league... Dude, this kid has major mommy issues. Cervene then mentions this urban legend that the kid kept talking about. That if he made a deal, he would get a gift. The boy just wanted to be stronger and braver in order to sail across the seven seas. So, while Jared and Lorelai are talking to Cervene, we go to Carol and Kerr, who is... Oh man. Carol is chasing after a very upset Kerr. We definitely hurt his feelings. We definitely did. And, eventually they catch up. Now, I don't remember much of the conversation, because half of the party was crying when it was happening. That's right. Crying! But what I can say is basically the conversation was about who's right and who's wrong. Kerr is hurt that we didn't let him kill this hobgoblin lady, knowing his history with them, knowing that they have hurt him and made him suffer, made him lose his family. But Carol is desperately telling him to trust the party, to trust us, to trust her, right? And it's like going on back and forth, and it gets really heated, until Carol just screams, "That is not the man I fell in love with." They confessed, y'all! They fucking confessed! And after that whole ordeal, they embrace each other, and they're now mates. But then Carol can hear a certain someone. Oh, god damn it!
Hello?
What do you want?
I'm here for my thanks.
Thanks? Thanks? You are not deserving of my thanks. You insignificant, pathetic goblin.
I'm the source of your happiness, Carol. I did this.
You are not the source of my happiness. How dare you?
Well, take him away, though. Is that what Big Bad Carol wants?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, what's that? Do you hear that? I wonder what it could be.
Carol then hears the carnival music, just like Lorelai and Jared did. This is one of Nilbog's gifts. He told them about this. Lorelai got a magic stick, and Jared got a cloak of protection. So, what's Carol gonna get? Carol then approaches a broken down fountain that's somehow still functioning, spewing out rainbow liquid. And there was a riddle. If you don't keep me, I'll break. What am I? A promise. Carol solves the riddle, and then a pearl is what she's given. She takes the pearl carefully, and then she hears chains, screams, whips. She can't see anything, she can't feel anything, until... Carol? Are you okay? Carol stood there for 10 minutes. Carol then explains to Kerr what just happened. It's really confusing, but he's worried. And so, eventually, they reunite with the other two. Cervene has to leave, so the conversation was done. The party got back together. Lorelai is still a sopping wet cat. But hey, the party's back together, right? And now we have a new animal companion, Little Gecko. He's my friend now. If anything happens to him, I will literally kill everyone and then myself. Once Cervene leaves, the party now has a task to figure out the urban legend that she once mentioned. And Carol and Kerr found some interesting stuff. The urban legend goes as is. Long ago, there was a man who was seeking his lost friends and family again, striking a deal with one of the Fae. He was able to ascend to help others with their own wants, needs, and more. Only the most desperate can seek him out. Only children can. The king of forevermore. And, with that information, the party now has to wait 2 days to talk to the nobles. So, what can they do? They head off to Sarah's place, because we're not sleeping back in that inn again. And Sarah is pleased to see us again. Very pleased. We all get inside, and Sarah says that if we want to stay, we should at least meet her 2 kids, Falorna and Falor. Falorna is a very happy, giddy little girl. She quite literally grabbed Jared and took him to the living room to play dolls with him. She kidnapped our dad. And Falor looks uncomfortable. He was scared to meet us. So he just sort of left back to his room. It was nice. It was really nice meeting them. Falorna kept playing with Jared. Carol and Kerr just talked with Sarah. Lorelai wrote in his book, and Falor then approached Lorelai to take him to his room. And he saw paintings. Falor seemed to be very creative. Really creative. Painting stories, and then there was a painting of what seemed to be his family. Hey, could you tell me who this man is? My dad. Your dad? What happened to him? Mom said he went somewhere. Oh. I see. Once Lorelai was going to leave Falor's room, she then gets cornered by Falorna and Jared looking like Falorna. And Falorna sits there and gives my boy dreads. Lorelai's got dreads, baby! The party then takes a nice long rest, leaving them 5 days until they meet the hobgoblin captain. It's the next morning, and Sarah made everyone breakfast. Falorna has to go to school, so we don't get to see her much. So it's just Sarah, the party, and Falor. We love Falor here. Sarah's gonna have us go to the bakery with her, because, she likes getting bread with Falor. So we make our way over to the bakery. We enter the door, and... Sarah! My favorite customer. Yes, it's me. I like your hair. Thanks.
The usual.
That would be 8 silver.
Isn't it usually 1 gold?
Well, I'm gonna give you a discount. You brought the boy this time. And this boy too.
Me? Oh.
Don't see orcs often. Sarah then orders buttered bread, because that's the usual she gets, apparently. and we all just kind of hang around. And then we see Granddad.
Who's there?
Oh, come on. I thought he was asleep.
Jolly the Lordly. Do you believe in the stars?
Sure. Alright, old man, come on. Please, God, just leave. Just go to sleep.
Wait. You. Beware. Unforeseen consequences. Unforeseen consequences?